times you never...
Janet Reno, The Jane Pauley Interview, Dateline NBC Next.
This is Dateline Monday, December 18, 2000. Tonight,
The one thing in life I wanted more than anything was to be a mom.
they thought they would never have a child of their own. 10 years, 6 miscarriages. Then one doctor offered one last hope.
It was so joyous. It just seemed like an unbelievable miracle had occurred here.
It's a new treatment that may help prevent a miscarriage. So why is it so controversial?
It's unfounded. There's no data in support of it.
Dr. Bob Arnott on preventing a miscarriage.
I'm on a mission.
Medicine or myth? You have a loving pet that suddenly is not so loving when a new baby arrives.
It kept going through my mind that Greg's going to get bit.
You're not going to get rid of the baby, but do you have to get rid of the dog?
I'm a firm believer that once you take the responsibility of a pet, you just don't get rid of them.
No.
Margaret Larson on bringing up baby with man's best friend. No one said being the country's top law enforcement officer would be easy.
I, Janet Reno, do solemnly swear.
But who could have foreseen this? Waco.
Do you feel they died in spite of you or because of you?
Elian Gonzalez. She's toughed it out through 8 years of relentless controversy, a personal health crisis, and a few spoofs on Saturday Night Live.
Hi, I'm Janet Reno. Welcome to Janet Reno's dance party.
But she rarely talks about herself. Tonight she will. Janet Reno, a Jane Pauley exclusive, the Dateline Interview. A convicted criminal on the streets in your neighborhood. You may be in danger. Can this high-tech detective help police get their man? A new device that digitally scans the crowd. It's got the search for a suspect down to a science.
Your face, with all its beauty and all its charm, ultimately can be reduced to a mathematical equation that's unique to you.
The new face of crime fighting. Bob McEwen with a Dateline Discovery. Dateline with Jane Pauley and Stone Phillips. Plus Tom Brokaw, Katie Couric, and Maria Shriver. From Studio 3B in New York, here is Jane Pauley.
Good evening. The wonder of life, the birth of a child, is indeed miraculous. But carrying a baby to term seems an impossible dream for many women. Up to 20% of all known pregnancies end in miscarriage. Still worse, some women suffer a cycle of disappointment, repeated miscarriages, often for no known reason. But you're about to meet a doctor who thinks he knows what causes recurring miscarriages. And he's discovered a treatment that seems to work, something that could help thousands of couples. So why is it so controversial? Here's Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Bob Arnott.
This was one thing that I couldn't do. I really felt that I was up against the wall. The one thing in life I wanted more than anything was to be a mom.
Rick and Amy Seeger, Michigan school teachers in their 30s, have been trying for a decade to have a child. Conceiving was no problem. It was carrying the baby to term that was so troubling. Watching their friends and coworkers become parents made the pain even worse.
Everybody was able to have a baby, and I wasn't. I was trying to pull every trick out of my hat with the medical end of everything, and it still wasn't working.
Despite endless medical interventions, in those 10 years, Amy suffered 6 miscarriages. The most devastating one, 8 months into her pregnancy. She was one of a small group of women for whom there is no scientific explanation for why their miscarriages occur.
The first thing to do is acknowledge the pain and suffering these individuals have experienced, because this is an emotionally devastating experience.
Dr. Joseph Hill is the chief of reproductive medicine at Harvard University's Brigham and Women's Hospital.
When a couple desires to have a child, they don't realize that with normal ability to conceive, there's only a 20% chance per cycle.
But there is hope. Dr. Hill and fertility specialists across the country have made great strides towards treating miscarriage. For some patients, they prescribe surgery or hormone treatments. But for patients like the Seegers, the techniques they use are simple stress reduction and precise timing of the moment of conception. But with Amy's biological clock running and having tried everything, including the stress reduction techniques, the Seegers were just about to give up.
We both came to the approach that there's other ways for us to be a mom and a dad.
So Rick and Amy adopted 2 children, Caitlin and Clay.
Oh, you got it. Good job.
Still something tore at them to try again. The Seegers went to see Dr. Alan Beer, a reproductive specialist at the Chicago Medical School whose reputation for treating unexplained miscarriages was making news. Rick and Amy decided to pin their last hope on Dr. Beer.
I remember specifically him saying, Amy, if I still told you you had an 80% chance of winning the lottery, would you buy a ticket? I said, oh, yeah.
The Seegers took a gamble on Dr. Beer's claim of an 80% success rate. Dr. Beer's theory is that for some women, something in the immune system isn't working right, and their bodies reject their own babies.
So mothers become allergic to their own babies?
They become allergic to their own babies.
Dr. Beer's solution? Fix the immune system. He injects his patients with intravenous immune globulin called IVIG. He believes the IVIG, which is made from the blood of healthy donors, boosts the helpful part of the immune system and squelches the cells that might reject the fetus.
I think when a baby dies, something is wrong, and it's probably an illness. I don't know of any scientific body of data that shows that when a baby dies, you're unfortunate, that it's bad luck, that trying again will solve your problem. I believe it's a myth.
Very good.
Amy Seeger met with Dr. Beer for 12 3-hour IVIG infusion sessions.
It's called Rutherford.
In December 1997, after a 9-month series of treatments with Dr. Beer's IVIG, the Seegers' improbable dream came true. They gave birth to a son named Garrison.
It was so joyous. It just seemed like an unbelievable miracle had occurred here. We had this perfectly healthy baby, and the nurses were crying. You know, even the nurses were crying.
Was it the IVIG? It's hard to know. Many scientists question whether the immune system even plays a part in miscarriage. Clinical studies of IVIG have been small and contradictory. In fact, the American Society of Reproductive Medicine says the treatment is unproven. What's more, this experimental treatment comes at a price.
It's incredibly expensive.
Dr. Hill of Harvard, who also claims an 80% success rate without using IVIG, believes Dr. Beer is marketing a magic elixir that has no scientific proof.
An IVIG costs in this country somewhere between $7,000 and $14,000 for the course of therapy.
Is that a waste of money?
Right now, in my opinion, yes. Why? Because it's unfounded. There's no data in support of it.
Dr. Beer contends he makes no profit from his treatment, that all the money goes to the university. The Seegers say they didn't care where the money was going. They were desperate.
Our end of the bill was upwards of $10,000.
To spend most of your income for a year on unproven treatment. So how do you justify that?
We wanted to have a child so bad. Wouldn't dare tell the doctors no at that point.
And how could they be so sure that an intravenous treatment derived from the blood of literally thousands of unknown donors would be safe?
If I didn't know that the preparation I gave was safe, I would tell the woman to hang it up, forget about it.
While Dr. Hill acknowledges that our blood supply is safely screened for diseases like HIV and hepatitis, he questions Dr. Beer's ability to screen for diseases that could crop up 20 to 30 years down the road. Some doctors have even gone so far as to denounce Dr. Beer's practice, not as medicine, but as witchcraft.
Well, I'd plead with them to get into an argument with me because they'd lose the argument.
Why would they lose?
Because no one else has the large number of hurting patients that everyone else has failed, that have come to me, that have had a diagnosis, that are now parents.
These people are vulnerable. They're desperate. And we live in a society where hope sells, and these people desperately want to buy hope. So that's why it's incumbent upon the medical profession to be as vigilant as possible and not to succumb to the temptations of quick fixes without enough data in support of those.
But Dr. Hill would say that doctors should just, in a very dispassionate way, look at the science, and the science basically says this isn't true.
I've made science and data work for me, and every time I see a newborn child of one of these couples, I know that I am making a contribution. I'm on a mission. And if you want to call that a deluded mission, a mission where I've lost perspective, well, then I'm glad I have.
And the Seegers are glad as well. Last summer, Amy gave birth to their second beer baby, a boy named Jacob. Was it good luck or good medicine that led to the Seegers' 2 live births? It may be a while before the truth is known. A major clinical study by the National Institutes of Health has been put on hold indefinitely.
There are many options for helping women with reproductive problems. You'll find a complete resource guide on our website, from how to find a good specialist to learning how diet, stress, even your job can affect your chances of having a baby. Our web address is dateline.msnbc.com.
Still ahead, your loving dog suddenly starts snapping at a new baby in the house.
We're so comfortable with the dog, we forget about getting the dog to accept the baby as part of the family.
Can your dog learn to love all in the family?
The perfect holiday gift should be nothing less than timeless. From the world of Ralph Lauren, you're just a click away. Introducing Polo.com.
When you have shrimp and crab claws coming together, you have yourself a spectacular holiday party. Pick up a Red Lobster party platter and go overboard.
I don't want to run a marathon. I don't want to go skydiving. I don't want to feel like a kid again, though not feeling ancient would be nice. All I really want is to be able to climb the stairs and give Michael a bath.
Vioxx is here, a prescription medicine for the most common type of arthritis pain, osteoarthritis. One little pill, taken just once a day, can provide 24-hour relief. People with allergic reactions such as asthma to aspirin or other arthritis medicines should not take Vioxx. In rare cases, serious stomach problems such as bleeding can occur without warning. Tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. For more information, ask your doctor or pharmacist about once daily Vioxx for the relief of osteoarthritis pain. And you may be able to plan your day around your life instead of your pain. Vioxx for everyday victories.
Now at Zales, you'll find exquisite diamond and platinum jewelry. Your choice, only $199. Twinkling lights seem to put everyone in the holiday spirit. At Zales stores nationwide or shop online at zales.com.
Howie, have a seat. Listen.
Cool. It's just like a movie theater.
RCA Digital Home Theater from Radio Shack.
There's just one thing that's missing. A cup holder.
Where can you get RCA Digital Home Theater and many other RCA gifts like digital cameras and pocket TVs? Radio Shack, around the corner and around the clock.
From our studios in Rockefeller Center, here is Stone Phillips.
They may be man's best friend, but how friendly will your dog be to your new baby?
Earlier this year, Dateline brought you the story of a psychologist who claims to speak the language of dogs.
We have to watch their mouths, we have to watch their bodies.
Knowing what your dog is feeling can be critical when a baby comes home, and suddenly your loving pet is not so loving with a new arrival. How can you keep your child safe and your pet a part of the family? The story coming up on Dateline.
If
your bags been in your possession since you packed them? Did you know your company's stock just jumped 13%?
No.
Did you know Geldman got food poisoning and can't make the meeting?
What?
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to check your email before you board.
How?
Here. It's the Sprint PCS Wireless Web for Business. You can access your company's network, use email, share information in real time. And the calls are clear.
Thanks.
Thank him.
The Sprint PCS Clear Wireless Workplace. Because business can't wait.
I wanna buy you a ring.
Be brilliant. Give 100 inches of cultured pearls for $100 at the JCPenney Holiday Jewelry Sale. It's all inside. Let it shine. JCPenney.
I'm so excited about this. You know how easy it is to take your home videos and turn them into movies? Listen to this. You get an iMac, of course, get your digital video camera, hook it up, and start iMovie. They've got effects in there now. You can, make it real fast. Ooh. Or get slow motion, make it dramatic. Or you can take a piece of music, put it under your footage, and all of a sudden, people are laughing, crying. I don't know, whatever you want. I've got cheesy ideas, but you'll do something creative that'll make you want to go, ooh, let's watch that again and again and again and again.
Wine, said Ben Franklin, makes daily living easier with fewer tensions and more tolerance. Clearly, he never tried to pick out a bottle at the store. 8,000 labels, his head would have exploded. Wine should be relaxing, not work. That's why there's Woodbridge, an easy choice because it always tastes great. Handcrafted and aged in oak barrels for more flavor. Just remember wood, as in, would you like some? And bridge. Woodbridge. It's all you need to know about great wine.
Why is Flues the web's best gift?
The choices!
TowerRecords.com, SunglassHut.com.
I use my Flues at jcrew.com.
Flues. You send it, they spend it at the web's best stores. Check your email, baby.
All right.
Bye.
You ever gonna get that present to Sue?
Yeah, soon.
See you later. You ever gonna get that present to Sue?
You gonna pose for me now? Way up high!
The new Kodak Advantix camera. So sleek, so small.
What are you doing here? Sue!
So easy.
This is a great camera. Did you know that I wanted one of these for my birthday?
The toughest part is giving it away.
Coming to NBC Mondays.
You investigate, what did you call it?
Miraculous.
Phenomena. They're actual miracles?
Discover the difference between a mystery and a miracle.
I mean, this cloth is healing people. They don't think she's gonna make it through the night.
NBC Mondays. The return of mysterious ways.
We've stumbled across something that's gonna save millions of lives.
This summer's phenomenal hit.
It's 2,000 years old.
What?
It's the time of Christ.
An all-new Mysterious Ways. NBC Monday in 2 weeks.
How pampered is your pet? Special food, comfortable bed, holiday presents, maybe a new bone or a jeweled collar? We love our dogs, but dogs don't always show that same love to everyone in the family, and it's sometimes the youngest who bring out the beast in the most pampered pet. Here's Margaret Larson.
Nice doggy. Oh, nice doggy. Nice doggy. That's a nice dog.
Man's best friend. Cute, cuddly, eager to please. We like to think of our dogs as gentle companions, even one of our family. So much so that we often forget they're still animals with teeth, and they bite. We forget that even the most beloved pooch can be a real threat, especially to those most vulnerable, our children. In fact, every year, more children are hurt by dog bites than playground accidents. Government figures show a child is bitten in this country every 76 seconds, with about 500,000 of those attacks involving kids under the age of 4. And experts warn those numbers are on the rise. So what should parents do to ensure the family dog and a young child can peacefully coexist?
If you've got a dog and you're expecting a baby, do what you can to find out all you can about your dog and about your breed and how much training you can do. Get it done.
Good girl! Rocky Boatman has been a dog trainer for the last 28 years. He warns that even if your faithful companion has never been aggressive in the past, introducing a child into the family can sometimes cause unpredictable changes in behavior.
We're so comfortable with the dog, we forget about getting the dog to get along with the baby and accept the baby as part of the family.
Rocky let our Dateline cameras tag along for a private training session with Tina and Dean Bianco.
Their baby daughter, Ashley, is just 3 weeks old. The family dog is a Chow, a breed originally from China with strong hunting and guarding instincts.
Anytime you would try to touch him or have him do something, he would growl at you, he would try to snap at you.
Just as experts recommend, the Biancos looked for help before their baby was born. But the trainer they hired gave up after being bitten repeatedly.
Down.
Now Rocky is the only thing between this dog and the pound. The first step is bringing dog and baby together. Exactly what the Biancos fear most.
It was so hard, though, to sit here and knowing how he is, to sit there and get him close like that to her.
Right.
Because as you see, you know, if he even attempted to do anything, the dog's going that way.
The first encounter passed with no biting or snapping. But after 2 months with Rocky's trainers, the Biancos still had problems controlling their dog. By now, you might be asking, why would any parent even take the risk? We wondered the same thing.
There are some people who would say a dog that's snapping, growling, a dog who's of this breed that we know can be aggressive, doesn't belong in a family with kids.
I'm a firm believer that once you take the responsibility of a pet, that you just don't get rid of him. We thought maybe if he was taught, manners and discipline, that maybe, he could work out.
But the very next day after our interview, when we arrived at the Chow's dog training class, we found him pinned to the ground after he had once again bitten one of his trainers. Dean still wasn't ready to give up on the dog, but he was shaken and less confident about his baby daughter's safety.
The first time we see any signs of aggression toward her, that's it. It's over. I mean, it's going to say, okay, we've tried everything. That's it.
Despite yet another biting incident, trainer Rocky Boatman still holds out hope for the Chow. He says the key is understanding the primordial way dogs think. Just like in the wild, they see the family as a pack, trying to increase their standing by dominating the other pack members. For parents to ensure the safety of their children, they must first become the unquestioned leaders of the pack. Here, girl. But that can be a lot tougher than you think.
Probably the real wake-up call for me when I was holding the small dog on my lap, and Greg started approaching us, and that dog growled at Greg.
Meet the Wakefields. Their dog problems began when their son Greg started to crawl. The more mobile the baby became, the more aggressive the dogs were, growling, barking, even snapping if Greg got too near their toys, beds, or food dishes.
It kept going through my mind that Greg is going to get bit. Greg is going to get bit.
What was happening, Rocky says, is natural dog pack behavior. The dogs, who had been with the Wakefields since they were pups, were protecting their place in the family structure.
So anytime the baby comes near the dog in the dog's territory, they look at that as a challenge.
What does the dog think is going on?
Maybe this child is trying to increase his status in the pack. I need to put this child down. That dog is going to warn that baby, snaps, growls, warns, bites.
Baby Greg, of course, doesn't have the size or natural authority to discipline the dogs. They see Greg's father, Mike, as the undisputed pack leader. Problem was, they didn't recognize Kay's authority at all. We can see it in an experiment we conducted during our interview. Rocky predicted if we allowed the dogs out of their room, they'd run straight to their leader. And sure enough, both times we let them out, they did, virtually ignoring Kay.
It's hard to believe. You think you have dogs and that you're the master, you're in charge.
So you're actually battling for position within the family.
Yes.
Against the dogs.
Right.
If she couldn't gain the dog's respect, she couldn't protect her baby. So Kay enrolled in one of Rocky's classes with the smaller, more aggressive dog.
We're going to teach a command called down today.
When we caught up with her 2 months into the training, she was at a crucial point in establishing her leadership, mastering the down command, a tough challenge because the dog must lie down and submit. Could Kay get control of an animal who'd ignored her for months?
You see the dog buckle a little bit quick.
Finally, her first breakthrough.
Down. Down.
Good. Wonderful.
Stay.
Bringing it home.
Down.
That's where the real challenge is. When Greg is getting into something, that's where the training needs to come in. And that's when I can't question myself. I have to act. And will I be able to do that?
It's a question Mike and Kay hope they never have to answer. For Greg's sake, they say right now they have to put their love for the dogs on a short leash.
Even if they go through training, even if we work with the dogs daily and weekly, I still would not trust the dogs alone with Greg.
Not for a minute.
Not ever.
So where's the line? If you're a pet owner, you've gone through the training, you've made attempts, when do you know that this is a dangerous situation, it's not acceptable, your child's in jeopardy?
Well, that's hard to say. It's up to the individual owners. I cannot go into someone's house and say, get rid of the dog. But if the situation continues as is, or gets worse, then that's when we probably want to recommend that the dog go somewhere else.
So could the Wakefield dogs stay with their owners? 9 months after our first visit, we returned to see whether their training paid off.
Miha, leave it. Leave it. Go. Down.
Kay is now much more vocal with Miha, the smaller dog we'd seen snapping at Greg months earlier. And remember in our experiment how both dogs ignored Kay and ran to Mike? Well, watch this.
Sit. Miha, sit.
I feel like I was somewhat afraid of Miha, and I didn't realize that I was until this training process started. Now I feel much more confident. I can put her down. I'm not afraid to put her down, and I think she respects me.
The woman who'd once feared leaving her baby near the dogs for even a moment was now much more in control. Becoming a leader of the pack, Kay says, helped her ensure Greg's safety and better understand the dogs.
You know, there's a saying that says the best thing you can spend on children is time, and I think that applies to dogs, too. That's all they need is the time and the understanding and the patience.
The Wakefields felt they'd had a success. But what about the Biancos? Could any amount of time help 3-week-old Ashley and the family's aggressive Chow?
No.
9 months after we'd first met the Bianco family, Ashley was now an energetic toddler. The last time we'd seen the family dog, he was pinned to the ground after biting his trainer on the hand and drawing blood. But today is an entirely different picture. Take a look at this.
I trust him completely, especially around her, because now we have no fear at all with him and the baby.
The Biancos say the training produced a much calmer, more obedient dog who doesn't snap or growl at the baby. For them, the key was to involve their dog in day-to-day activities with Ashley and to learn the appropriate methods to stop his biting habits. Watch what happens during what many trainers consider the litmus test for how safe your baby really is, the dog's reaction to provocation. The dog, who'd been one step away from the pound, now has taken a giant leap into a family's heart.
I guess the most positive way you can think about it is just we're just complete. Happy, you know, we got a little dog, we got a little girl, you know, she's precious, he's hairy. Just one happy family.
Still ahead, she's leaving behind 8 years of crisis and controversy.
You were not a friend of Bill.
No, I met him for the first time when I came to Washington.
Do you think he celebrates that choice or kind of in the heart of hearts regrets it?
Janet Reno, a Jane Pauley exclusive, the Dateline interview. Also, protecting your safety. Criminals can run, but they can't hide from this computer. Facing a brave new world of crime fighting, a Dateline discovery.
Everyone agrees NBC Wednesday is now truly must-see TV. First, on an all-new Ed, see how he helps a lovesick boy.
This young man's gonna die. Not today, he's not.
Get the girl of his dreams.
It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
All-new Holiday Ed, then all-new West Wing.
It's Christmas.
Yeah. As the White House celebrates the season, the president's closest advisor is falling apart.
Please, listen to me.
Ed, The West Wing, and Law & Order. It's all new NBC Wednesday.
And now a word from the people of News Channel 8. Because of you, the most honored local television news in the Northwest is the most watched. News Channel 8, first at sunrise, first at 5, first at 6 and 6:30, first at 11, and first on weekends. Most watched, most honored. When you want news, turn to the Northwest News leader, News Channel 8, where the news comes first.
Muddy, muddy, terrible. It was mud. Mud all over. All horrible mud.
Now you can get a special holiday offer.
You understand that?
So you can talk all you want, whenever you want.
Hi, it's me. Mud everywhere.
Just get VoiceStream.
Mud.
Only VoiceStream gives you 600 anytime minutes for $39.99 a month.
Great plan.
Plus 2,000 minutes of free nationwide calling on weekends. So get a ton of talk time. Only from VoiceStream.
Hello. Come on, make peace with your mother-in-law. Dr. Phil, next Oprah.
You behave yourself, Angus.
Rear seats that fold down to create over 67 cubic feet of cargo space and an all-too-convenient retractable tray table.
Good dog.
The CR-V from Honda.
Here again is Jane Pauley.
Now the Dateline timeline. All the following events happened during the third week of December. Do you know what year it was? Reputed mob boss Paul Castellano was gunned down in New York City. A helicopter helped carry out a South Carolina prison break. Rocky IV was a box office champ.
I don't know, man. The way this lady operates, she might fly her own chopper in to meet us.
TV's China Beach took on the Vietnam War. And Lionel Richie had a top song.
Say you, say me, say it for always. Oh, that's the way it should be.
All right, what year was it? 1985, 1986, or 1987? The answer when Dateline continues.
54-yard field goal, 5 seconds left. Their season all comes down to this. Here's the snap. The kick is up. It's got the distance. It's good. It's good. It's all over.
Philips digital recorder with TiVo, pauses live TV, and a lot more.
Be brilliant. Give 100 inches of cultured pearls for $100 at the JCPenney Holiday Jewelry Sale. It's all inside. Let it shine. JCPenney.
Get the power of 3, the Intel Pentium 3 processor.
For sinus sufferers, it can start with a twinge or perhaps a slight pressure. For everyone, there's a signal. Your sinuses are gonna be trouble. Don't let it happen. Take Sudafed at the first sign. Untreated sinus pressure can escalate to pain. But now, taking Sudafed at the first sign releases pressure, so symptoms don't get worse.
The first sign of pressure, that's my signal.
Stop sinus pain before it starts. Take non-drowsy Sudafed at the first sign.
It's the holidays. Everyone is sending flus.
If you love me, you'll flus me.
Flus. You send it by email.
Here comes the flus.
And they spend it at the web's best stores.
Flus it to me, baby.
You flus, they choose.
Yeah!
Energizer E squared with titanium. Take power to the next level. E squared.
The hour is late. The story is breaking.
Is this any way to pick a president?
With so much going on, how do you get the whole picture?
Concorde crashes.
Surrender, Eliana. 2 Israeli soldiers are dead.
MSNBC. When news breaks, we bring you every side of the story, fair and first. Nobody brings you the whole picture like MSNBC.
Shot flies in the bucket. It's Kobe again. Once down by 16, they lead by 4. Bryant to shot.
Do you have any idea what you're missing? Lakers, Blazers, rematch. Christmas Day on NBC. Don't miss it.
So what year was it? A mob boss was hit. Another Rocky hit it big. And Say You, Say Me was a hit on the charts. It all happened the third week of December, 1985.
You're watching Dateline, winner of 3 New York Festival Gold Medal Awards. From Studio 3B, here is Jane Pauley.
In the end, it all came down to this: Florida's 25 electors. The grand prize in the post-election battle we thought might never end. Led by the president-elect's brother, Jeb, they joined the rest of the Electoral College today in state capitals across the country as they put their stamp on the election of George W. Bush. With the passing of the Clinton administration comes another milestone: the departure of the 20th century's longest-serving U.S. Attorney General and the first woman ever to hold that job. It hasn't been an easy job to hang on to, but Janet Reno came uniquely equipped. What is the secret to wrestling an alligator?
You just make sure that you turn them over, let them go to sleep. The big ones take a lot more energy, and I was only good with little ones.
A woman who's not afraid of alligators can surely take a little criticism.
Was this the first toy you taught Eliane?
She's endured a lot of it in 8 years, from snapping critics on the right, the left, and in between.
Harry Truman said, doing the right thing is easy. Knowing what it is much more difficult. And I think that's the greatest task, not withstanding criticism, but trying to figure out what's right.
There's a conflict of interest for the Attorney General.
While Republican critics like Senator Orrin Hatch have accused her of blocking for President Clinton, Reno is rarely invited to the White House either.
These allegations are false.
After all, Attorney General Reno appointed 8 special prosecutors to investigate the president, the first lady, or members of his administration.
I'm sure that the President of the United States has not always been happy with things that I've done, but he has been a gentleman and a scholar and a pleasure to work with on issues.
In fact, Reno wasn't Clinton's first choice, or even his second. Remember Nannygate?
I've never hired an illegal alien, and I think I paid all my Social Security taxes.
You were not a friend of Bill, one of those famous FOBs?
No, I met him for the first time when I came to Washington to be vetted.
General Reno, congratulations.
The biggest crisis of Janet Reno's term was already 3 weeks old when she took the oath of office 8 years ago. 40 days later, the long siege of David Koresh and the Branch Davidians ended on her orders in a blaze of fire.
Waco is, of course, the bitterest disappointment for me. I prepared as best I could. I asked all the questions I could think of. Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have done it. I made a mistake.
Informed that child abuse was going on inside, Reno had not weighed the prospect of mass suicide. 86 people died, many of gunshot wounds. 25 were children. Do you feel they died in spite of you or because of you?
At that moment, they died because of a decision that I made. They obviously died because of a decision that David Koresh made. But I have to deal with that, and I deal with it by saying I made the best judgment I could based on all the circumstances.
Do you swear or affirm that
Facing a withering barrage of congressional criticism, Reno didn't duck.
It will live with me for the rest of my life. I'm accountable for it, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
An independent investigation completed only last month cleared the Attorney General a second time of charges that federal assault teams started the fire. If Waco is her deepest regret, her proudest accomplishment is the conviction of Timothy McVeigh.
To stand against evil and hate, to stand for this nation and all that we hold dear.
She got a standing ovation last spring at the dedication of the memorial to the victims of the Oklahoma City bombing.
Somebody who understands how hard it is to grow up in America today.
And this fall in Chicago, it was the American Academy of Pediatrics giving her a standing ovation. Dr. Steve Berman is president.
I saw 3,000 pediatricians, give or take, on their feet for the Attorney General. Is her contribution really that universally well known among your profession?
It is. She's recognized nationally as a champion for children. The standing ovation at this meeting was a recognition of sincerity, that people really believe she cares about kids.
At first, not many understood why the nation's top cop was talking more like a social worker.
0 to 3 are those most formative years.
Reno has been a longtime proponent of fighting crime through early intervention.
You pick up a pre-sentence investigation of an 18-year-old that you've just convicted of armed robbery, and you see 5 points along the way where we could have intervened in that child's life to have made a difference.
What were the first 1 or 2 points where intervention might have prevented it?
When he started dozing off in class, his grades started to fall. A little bit further on, his mother was having difficulty and left him with his grandmother. And if there had been some stability in the household, it could have made a difference.
You're wearing that very gentle expression on your face, but I wonder what it looks like if I was someone you were out to get.
I'm never out to get a person. I'm out to convict some people. Up until I was about 45, I sometimes let my temper get the better of me. Now, I just wiggle a little bit, shake, and loosen up a little bit and go at it from another angle.
Reno is 62 now. 5 years ago, she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Is it life-threatening?
I'm told that at the end of your life, you may die of the Parkinson's complications, but at the end of your life, you're going to die of some complication.
Parkinson's is the disease that Michael J. Fox has, too.
I'm grateful to speak on behalf of the Parkinson's community about
And while he fights for funds to find a cure, Reno battles the disease in her own way.
I was at a victim service center last week, and one elderly gentleman had a walker, and he was telling me how he had money stolen from him. And then he said, I have the same thing you do. I said, does yours shake like this too? And he just burst into the widest smile, and he says, it sure does. I said, but I see you're not letting it get you down.
Rarely seen out socially, when Reno is out and about, it's usually in a kayak on the Potomac River. You and your security detail?
Yes.
No kidding?
Yes, they're wonderful about that.
How many of them go kayaking with you?
A fair number.
And we're going over that, are we? Do they ever turn back, try to persuade you otherwise? Or
once they had to turn back, and I had gone on, so I went on, and they turned back, and we went and finally met at the car.
Attorney General Reno has often gone on alone against enormous pressure, not calling for a special prosecutor to investigate fundraising irregularities, being too lenient in the Wenho Lee espionage case, then being too harsh, and waiting too long to reunite a little boy with his father, then not waiting a little longer. When we look back at the year 2000, this picture will surely be among the most memorable. Now, can you look at the Elian Gonzalez story and know what you should have done in the best interests of that child?
We could have possibly taken the child earlier. I don't do what ifs. I think that has turned out appropriately. The child is back with his father. People saw that it was one of the golden opportunities that America has had to see a case go from state court to federal court to the Court of Appeals to the Supreme Court, and they had an opportunity to see that justice was done.
And the majority was with her. At the height of the Elian Gonzalez episode, she had a 56% approval rating. How often have you found yourself in tears over issues, Elian Gonzalez, Waco,
your own integrity under attack, a moment when you realized you might have called it wrong?
When I was in my 20s and 30s, my family said I could cry better than anybody else around. And I cried, I think, just sometimes. I don't know why I cried. The time I really cry now is when I call my sister and we start telling each other stories about Mother. She was a wonderful person. She was a mess. She could cause me more embarrassment, but she was really something.
Jane Reno was Janet's best friend and inspiration.
My mother forbid me to be a lawyer.
And so you told her?
So I told her I was going to be a lawyer.
Both of Reno's parents were newspaper reporters. Her mother, Jane, was by all accounts, and there are many, a remarkable woman. She taught her kids how to wrestle those alligators in the yard of the house near the Everglades, which she built from the foundation to the roof by herself. And there, Jane raised her 4 kids, and raised a little hell, too.
I think my mother is probably one of the best raisers of children that I've ever seen. She taught us to play baseball, to fight fair. She punished us, and she loved us with all her heart. And there is no child care, nothing in the world that could ever be the substitute for what she was. That quote, I think, is the best.
In Janet Reno's office, amidst her mementos and the portrait of Robert Kennedy, who among her predecessors is the one she admires most, is a toy truck, a red toy truck.
Oh, I think
like the one she's going to buy soon and take off to see the country she's visited so much of, but never had the time to really see.
In just looking at it, is it calming for you?
No. What I see in it is nieces and nephews, and I want to stop here. I've got to go to the bathroom.
Mostly, she's looking forward to going back to Miami. But will memories of Ilion chill her homecoming?
No. You don't know how much home means to me. If you've been born and raised in a place, lived in the same house since 1952, a house your mother built, a house whose yard you helped cut out, trees that you helped plant that have survived hurricanes, old books that you love, people that you love. It's a great place to go to have your spirit soothed and to take stock of yourself and to say, okay, now, what do I do next?
So what will she do next? Well, having turned her daughter into a lawyer by forbidding it, Jane Reno also told her she couldn't write. In keeping with her I'll show you philosophy, Janet Reno has hinted that she might write a book when she heads back to South Florida and when she's not touring the country in her red pickup.
Coming up next, criminals who may have their eyes on you. This device has its eyes on them. To catch a thief with a state-of-the-art crime fighter, a Dateline discovery.
Next, all-new Third Watch.
Clear!
For a man called Doc, a night of revelations.
Can't just come back after 20 years and ruin my life.
As a secret from the past.
I need to tell you something.
Changes the future.
You're my best paramedic. I'd hate to lose you.
Third Watch, The Decision. NBC Next.
1 week from Wednesday on Days of Our Lives, a special Christmas wedding, a celebration of love. The wedding of Bo and Hope. Days of Our Lives.
General Motors, the company you can count on wherever life takes you.
For his confidence.
For her thoughtfulness.
For the love that only we understand.
Ben Bridge presents a pearl strand and earrings by Mikimoto, the originator of cultured pearls. A sparkling pair of diamond solitaire earrings. This holiday, think inside the box.
The Diamond People, Ben Bridge.
holiday entertaining. QFC, the art of food.
When you've got a big job on your hands, you need something that's as tough as you are. Like the 2001 Chevy Silverado, the truck. Now, make your money count on the 2001 Chevy Silverado half-ton extended cab with as low as 1.9% APR, giving you $26.07 in average finance savings. That's 1.9% APR. So make your money count at your local Chevy dealer today. From our studios in Rockefeller Center, here again is Stone Phillips.
It's a camera that never blinks, a big brother who's always watching. You're about to get a look at the brave new world of crime fighting, a state-of-the-art computer system that never forgets a face, and it's got the search for a suspect down to a science. Here's Bob McEwen with a Dateline discovery.
When it debuted in the film A View to a Kill 15 years ago, this was considered the technology of the future.
I find a computer indispensable.
A computer that can recognize a face? Even Bond? James Bond? It's no longer just a film fantasy. You've likely heard about cash machines that read your eyes instead of PIN numbers, or security scanners that identify people by their hands. Well, now, for the first time, that same technology is being used by police to track down their most wanted criminals.
It frightens the hell out of the criminal, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Bob Lack is the head of security services in Newham, England, a high-crime area in London, where a network of over 240 surveillance cameras monitors the neighborhood 24 hours a day. The remote-controlled cameras can zoom in on people who are up to 300 feet away, in a car or on the street. The footage is then fed to a central control room, where computers scan the video and examine every face that comes across the screen, like in this police demonstration.
The red circle indicates every time that a face is actually found in the picture.
The computers check each face to see if any match those in a police database comprised of pictures of previously convicted criminals who might be back to their old tricks, mostly muggers, thieves, and pickpockets. If the computers recognize a face, an alarm sounds, and operators alert the police.
He's in a blue sweatshirt.
But how can a computer distinguish one person from another?
Your face, with all its beauty and all its charm, ultimately can be reduced to a mathematical equation that's unique to you.
Dr. Joseph Attic is the CEO of Visionics, the American company that invented the technology. It works by measuring the distance between the identifiable features, known as nodal points, on your face.
Here's an example of one nodal point, which is the sort of bone structure of the cheek. Here's one example, the bridge of the nose.
The measurements are converted into a mathematical code, sort of a face print. And once that face print is generated, it takes only a minute for the computer to compare it to the prints of as many as 60 million other people. We had Visionics employees whose face prints are already in the computer mix in with passers-by.
The system is scanning the video feed and looking for faces.
The computer locks onto the faces in view, matches the face prints, and since a print is based on facial structure, it doesn't change, even when a person ages or changes appearance. So though this is a photo of this man today, in less than a minute, the computer is able to identify him from a photo taken 8 years ago, despite the changes of time. And the computer doesn't need to see the entire face to make an ID.
As long as we can see the tip of the eye, one eye, and the other eye is full, we can handle the recognition.
And Visionics also says the technology could one day be used to fight airport terrorism. Since a face print is nothing more than a mathematical code, it could be turned into a barcode that would then be placed on boarding passes and luggage. Airlines would be able to scan the code to make sure only ticketed passengers and their bags get on the plane.
As you might imagine, the system has its detractors. Critics call it an invasion of privacy that could allow the government to spy on innocent people. And there's something else. The technology is accurate about 80% of the time. To some, that's a good track record. To others, it means there's a 1 in 5 chance it will identify the wrong person.
But Newham police say that areas with surveillance cameras are clearly marked. They also say that while the computers have misidentified some people, The errors were caught by control room operators, who always double-check the face print before calling police. And they say that police don't go after every person the computer finds, that they often use it just to keep track of former criminals. Visionic's CEO Dr. Attic adds that if people have nothing to hide, they have nothing to fear.
Anybody who has not committed a crime cannot be added to the database.
But those in Newham, England's database better look out. Since the Newham police started using the system in 1998, they say they've had a drop in crime of almost 40%.
What we've got now in this borough is crimes below the London average, where previously us and our neighbours all had crimes above the London average.
And if what works in London ever comes to America, one thing is clear. Even in a country of almost 300 million people, it will be harder than ever to be just a face in the crowd.
We know what kids really want. More Lego toys. Toys R Us has all the Lego toys you're looking for, even the new 2001 Lego sets, just in time for Christmas. It's the best time of year to be a Toys R Us kid.
Diamonds are like men. The good ones really shine.
White Diamonds from Elizabeth Taylor.
Diamonds make you feel shimmery all over.
This White Diamonds holiday fragrance set, yours for just $50.
Where can you spot the fun of Disney's new movie, 102 Dalmatians?
Only at McDonald's. You've got a 1 in 4 chance to win instantly, right on the spot.
The one force that can change the way you drive is back with a vengeance. Toyotathon 01, Toyota's biggest sales event of the year, returns with great values on Toyota's best and newest performers, like the all-new Sequoia. Driving will never be the same. Toyotathon 01, the thrill is back. At your Toyota dealer now through January 2nd.
Make every day good to the last drop.
The perfect holiday gift should be nothing less than timeless. From the world of Ralph Lauren, you're just a click away. Introducing Polo.com.
Tomorrow, extreme weather, ice storms in the south, blizzards out west, over 2 feet of snow in Buffalo, and it's not even Christmas.
That's way too much to handle.
What next? How much will it cost you to stay warm this winter? Wild weather, what your family can expect. Watch Tom Brokaw on NBC Nightly News tomorrow.
Now let's take a look at a special hour we're working on for Dateline Tuesday.
This tiny picture tells an epic story.
This is not easy, it's really hard.
Of a ghost that's haunted an American soldier for 30 years. Of an enemy's life he took and a child he never knew but could never forget.
I'm gonna find that little girl. I'm gonna find that family.
Can a photograph change a life? This one did.